Goodbye.
Well, it is campaign season for the morons, and one of the things is that Obamacare has largely been dead in the water for years. It was unsuccessful when it was passed, even though John Roberts voted with the minority to allow Obamacare as a allegedly unconstitutional invasion of people's privacy, and he voted in favor of Obamacare. The reality is that Obamacare has been picked away. It never worked. Obama himself lied, should have gotten 48 Pinocchios with what he said. And remember, if you like your doctor, you get to keep your doctor. That was false. I knew people. One specific situation about Obamacare that I ran into is my college-age son was covered by a personal Blue Cross Blue Shield plan, and he was paying about $120 a month. And then Obamacare was passed, and Blue Cross Blue Shield contacted him and said, hey, that plan is gone. You have to enroll in an Obamacare plan. So he goes online, he enrolls in the Obamacare plan, and it's $220 a month. Did you hear that? Went from $120 a month to $220 a month because it's Obamacare. This is a healthy young man, doesn't need comprehensive coverage and so forth, not planning to have babies, last I heard, and things like that. And it's $100 a month more. Now, here's what happened. He did not make much money at that time because he was working a lot of hours, but he was also a full-time college student. And he qualified for the Obamacare subsidy. So instead of paying $120 a month for his previous plan, he was paying $85 a month because the federal government was subsidizing him to have health insurance that he already had and was willing to pay $35 a month more for. And so it's always been a fraud. It's been a fraud since the get-go. The big fraud that has now been resurrected is that President Trump is going to take away our pre-existing condition coverage. Now, here are the numbers. I have two relatives who are not covered by employer health insurance and who have pre-existing conditions. One of them, to get private health insurance, it was going to be $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. The other one, it was going to be $2,500 a month. So both of them went without health insurance because they literally could not afford it because they had pre-existing conditions. So the point is Obamacare says you can't deny someone insurance, health insurance, if they have pre-existing condition, but set no limits on the premium. It's an illusion. It's a fraudulent representation. So for people to bring that up now at election season saying, oh my God, Trump's going to take the pre-existing condition deal away from our people, that's just a ludicrous rumor, and it's totally based without fact. And I think, as I say in my book, the one thing that Obama could claim after 8 years in office and the worst recovery from a recession in history is that he passed Obamacare. And if that's the best he can do, it was a failed 8 years. And that, of course, includes his illustrious VP, Joe Biden, who is trying to pretend that somehow they had a much better administration than they did. So anyway, that's the rumor of the week as the way I see it.
And that is a rumor that I do keep hearing people talking about. So yes, absolutely. That's something that's being talked about by everyone. Very good. Oh my gosh. Great information today. So we have covered the news with Ruth Ginsburg and her leaving a vacancy in the Supreme Court. We've covered the rumor. And now with the facts, which about the government interfering in business. So David, what a great show. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to watch the rerun of this. So thank you very much for being so generous and sharing your time. And I want to remind everyone who is watching or listening, so if you're listening to the podcast or you're watching the video or you're on YouTube, this is the book that was written by David Schein, like 2 years ago, was it when it was published, right, David?
Released in February, President's Day 2018.
So we're just past President's Day 2020, and David is now working on the next book, and we'll be telling you all about that in the weeks to come. But I do want to remind you that if you're listening to this or watching this before November, and that's before our election, and this is a presidential election year, then you need to get a copy of this book. This is your guidebook, your research, your homework. Do your homework. Don't just listen to the ads or vote however. Just do your homework on previous presidents. What have they done? How have they reacted in similar issues and challenges that we have today or we've had over the years? So from Woodrow Wilson, who was the president during the last pandemic, all the way through Barack Obama, the studies are all in this book. So one book is all you need to prepare for this election. And you can get it on Amazon. The title of the book, remember, is The Decline of America. I didn't say much about Dr. Schein earlier, but he is, besides being an author, besides being an attorney and having his own business, the Claremont Management Group, he's also a dean at the University of St. Thomas here in Houston, and he's one of the professors there. So, and he just got back on a trip. So are you going into real estate mogul? Is that your next?
Oh, I don't know about that, but I certainly think I want to be careful right now because of this issue with the landlords and evictions.
If you'd like to get in touch with Dr. Schein, you can reach him by going either to putting a comment in the Facebook page that we're on today, or you can send an email. You can go to the website, ClaremontManagementGroup.com, and send something through the contact us form there. Or how else would you like people to get in touch with you, David?
Those all sound good to me, and of course, I am on social media. Business contacts can reach me through LinkedIn.
Very good. So he is available if you want to reach out to him. So thank you very much for joining us today, and we will see you next week, Tuesday, 11 a.m. for our live streaming of the podcast, and then you'll be able to get the podcast, subscribe to it on any one of the podcast platforms. So we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, and thank you, Dr. Schein.
Thank you, Sandy. Take care.